Hello, Reds. Welcome to Anfield Road TV, and hope you're all well. If you are watching on the repeat, do let us know your thoughts all in the comment section below as well. And most importantly, chat, I am going to try my best as well. Obviously, getting the work-life balance as well. Most importantly, work comes first. Working, obviously, very blessed to be working with Anfield Index. But chat, please do let me know. Obviously, would you prefer an early morning stream anytime before 12 in the morning, or is it easier if you are watching on the repeat or whatever it is to jump in live as well in and around 11 o'clock anyway, quarter past 11, just for an hour or so anyway. Let us know, most importantly. And most importantly, Reds, look after yourself. Hope yous are all well. Most importantly as well, we'll speak about a couple of topics. A very important one as well. Disappointing news, obviously involving Diogo, Jota. We'll speak on that as well. Just hopefully Kev will be joining us this evening as well, Reds. But most importantly, hug and love the people you love. Hold them close anyway, and football, it's more or less, it's not really important anyway. Life's far too short for far too many people out there as well, but yeah, just try and enjoy the best, live it the best way you possibly can as well. So Reds, how are we most importantly? Hit that subscribe button down below as well, Reds. And yes, 26 days. I've done a watch along for work on Anfield Index, which I loved. Yeah, I know it was a pre-season friendly, everyone, so calm down, but I loved it anyway. Doesn't even matter if Liverpool playing a five-a-side, I will get behind the mic and absolute chat bear one, like you always do anyway, so yeah. But yeah, Severus has said there, glad you remember the passwords. Tell you what, lads, it's the book of spells. Not quite Hogwarts or whatnot anyway, but yeah. Couple of cobwebs anyway, but as I said, work comes first, most importantly. I'm still, even though I've been working for Anfield Index for a couple of months now, well, more than a couple of months, still learning every day, as is every job as well. So yeah, it's one of them. Very blessed and privileged to have the opportunity and grow from strength to strength as well. And hoping this year will be better than the last. On YouTube, as I said, Anfield Index been going for 14 years as well, Red. So if you haven't tuned over or listened to any of the podcasts, what are you doing? Head over there, support the lads and ladies as well. Absolutely smashing it. And yeah, hopefully with the watch-alongs as well, they go even bigger, but not just the watch-alongs, the whole production and everything really grows from strength to strength, because that's what I want from everyone as well. So, but Reds, on here, it'd just be me nattering really. As I said, chat, I'll try my best to be as consistent as I possibly can, but as I said, just getting the right balance, like all of us really in our lives. But yeah, how are we? Let's get to all your comments as well. Plenty. Obviously, we'll speak about Diogo and the sad news, very sad news. Yeah, no words still even to this point as well. But the main thing is that we will speak about tonight at the top of the show. Is get behind the family, to root and everyone close to Diogo, is everyone close to him and his family and friends and his teammates as well, because I think it had a massive impact on absolutely everyone. Just goes to show how much these footballers mean to us, and this is why, like, I've analysed over the years as well, like even what's happened over the last month, how I speak, and not like in bad terms, but in terms of analysing players as well. They're just like, I've always human beings anyway. I've never tried to go over the top. At the end of the day, the humans and they make mistakes as well. But I think, yeah, I've had to analyse the way I analyse players as well. So yeah, it's just football at the end of the day, and life's more important as well. So main thing is the mentality, and we look after as a city and even the blue side as well. Like, in difficult moments, that's when we come together. And the good moments and the bad as well. And that's why I love about this city and the people within it as well. And even people that come into Liverpool, hopefully they feel the love that I feel, and everyone that has ever stepped foot in Merseyside as well. So it's going to be one of them, chat. So big up there, Nate. How are we, bud? As I said, Kev hopefully will be joining us. If not, just be the usual crowd anyway. And if anyone wants to get involved, do let us know. Drop a comment as well in the comment section below. How are we, Gary? Tom, Cops Allen. How are we, lads? Looking well, lad. Nice one. Try my best. Not much you can improve anyway, lad. All good. Hope you're looking after yourself as well, Gary. Most importantly, lad. Big up there, Steve. Steve, calm down, lad. Steve, calm down. Calm down. Yeah, patience. How are we, Steve? There we go. How are you doing tonight? Not too bad, fella. Not too bad indeed. New number 9 as well. Basic. Big up there, Steve. Whatever there, Steve. As I said, it's more or less, I think, the age range in terms of obviously the content I do and do produce. It's like you look at the analytics as well. Obviously, it's all for, I think, age 25 to 35, 40 as a demographic anyway. As I said, some of the guests and everyone that comes on the channel do swear as well, so it's best advised. Probably not all the time. I do tend to tell everyone not to, but that's just not my style anyway. I don't like effing and jeffing. But that's just me, even on the watch-alongs as well, because, yeah, as I said, everyone's got families as well, so not the last thing you want to be here is someone effing and jeffing on the telly when you're trying to watch a video. It's quite poor, really. But big up there, chat. Gary, have you got a brew, lad? Happy days. But firstly, hopefully we'll be getting joined by Kev in a little second as well. But firstly, we'll start with the sad news. Obviously, the first time I've actually spoke to you as well, chat. As I said, no words. I think the majority of Liverpool fans, we were absolutely shocked and horrible news to wake up to as well, Reds. And most importantly, you just got to think about the family and make sure they are okay and you look after them as well. Kev's in the green room. Let's just bring him in now. There we go. How are we, lad?
What's the crack?
Oh, there we go. How are we, buds? As we were just saying to chat then, before you joined us, the first time, obviously, me and you have sat down and done a show about Diogo, the disappointing news. Most importantly, I hope you're looking after yourself, lad. How are we? You good?
Yeah, good, man. Yeah, good. Yeah, just, as you can see behind me, things are changing around a bit and stuff like that. So, we're kind of getting ready to move house and stuff. So, yeah, it's a real shame about Diogo. I went a bit on hiatus as well for a couple of weeks, on purpose, to be honest with you. I did my own video on it, and then I was going to do watch-alongs and things like that, and I just said, no, I'll leave it off for a couple of weeks. And I'm getting back into it, like I said, because a lot of people have been messaging me saying, "Kev, where are you the last few weeks?" and whatever. I don't know, I just kind of enjoyed a bit of hiatus.
Yeah, it's just a shell shock to the whole Liverpool family as well, and but just goes to show and how precious life can be. It can change on a dime, and every time you wake up in the morning and just go and try and be as happy as you possibly can. Try and make the people around you as happy as you possibly can as well. Cheer them up, even in your good moments and your bad. It's impossible for everyone to be 100% Larry as well, but it's just about being there for the people you love and even your colleagues, anyone really in life. Just try to be the best person you possibly can as well, Kev. But just quickly touching on, obviously, let's just bring up as a lovely little mural. Obviously, there's been murals across Anfield since the news did originate anyway over the last week or so. But as you can see here, chat, this is coming from obviously a fantastic art piece from Paul Curtis, painted in memory of Diogo, Jota, and Andre Silva, who tragically passed away on the 3rd of July 2023. This is a mural being collaborated with LFC fans and extended football and family as well. Fantastic, that, mate, isn't it? Really beautiful.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Yeah, it's brilliantly done. And it's Paul Curtis is the guy's name, is it?
I think it is.
That's it. Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah, it's a fitting tribute to Diogo and to his brother Andre. The fact that people aren't forgetting about Andre at the same time just because of the stature of Diogo's celebrity status or whatever, just goes to show you like that everybody is. Remember, a lot of people can tend to skip over the scenario there, but it's a family who lost 2 children from one family, wives who lost husbands and whatnot and partners, and it's a horrible scenario, and it's not as if Diogo was one of these Leary types, or to get into put himself in the media in a bad way or whatever. He's just a humble, really nice guy. So, as everybody said about him, and the accident is just a tragic accident. It's, it's that stretch of road, that hot that night. It's just horrible. So
yeah. So you never walk alone, Diogo. Whatever, not just even this year. And I was made up the club, very much, and rightly so. I think obviously the retiring of the shirt, which was fundamentally and very important for me and probably a lot of Liverpool fans, but as Arnie did allude to in his quotes, in terms of obviously he spoke to the family of Diogo and asked there for their obviously guidance, really, because it's very important that we do seek their guidance, because obviously the privacy of the family as well. But I'm pretty sure they felt the love as well. But yeah, not just this year but for the future as well. Jota is immortalised within Liverpool for the next, for the however long Liverpool is to be. Hopefully it's here for the next 1,000 years or more as well. Yeah, beautiful. And as you said there, Kev, obviously we've got to remember Andre. It's sad, but let's hope this year and beyond, really, he'll always be with us. He's number 20 forever, so he'll...
do you know what, now in saying that, I would not be against maybe one of Jota's kids or Andre's kids in the future, whichever one of them, if they ever take up football and they end up joining Liverpool and getting to that stature of thing, maybe taking the mantle on of their family member's jersey again. Maybe that's the only time it'll ever be kind of unretired, if his son takes up the mantle or one of his kids take up the mantle and plays for Liverpool FC. I don't think anybody would have a problem with that, but rightly so, the club retired the jersey for the foreseeable. So
yeah, Josh's family had a big impact on Merseyside as well, in terms of obviously his family. But yeah, you never walk alone, Diogo, and his family and friends, his mum and dad, and his most importantly his wife, and as he said, his kids as well. Kev, it's really disappointing. But they'll always be in our love and praise. And yeah, it's, as I said, it took me this long to really do a video as well. I do apologise, chap, but probably like a lot of yous, I know I've done one on Anfield Index as well. I've done the watch along this week. I think if you watched that, I was very lost for words, to say the least, very choked up. But I think a lot of us were as well, and everyone deals with grief differently. And as I said, as we all know, it's extremely difficult. There's a lot of young people out there as well, and even certain adults that have not really experienced a lot of death in their life. It's a part of learning. It's a part of remembering them, but always taking them with you in your heart. I always say, they live on with you if someone leaves you. I do think it's just about honouring their legacy, being the best person you possibly can be, and trying to be the best person you possibly can as well. So
it's hard to articulate, feelings about a fella you've never met, but you just only see, on the pitch when you're watching them, or on the TV if you're watching them at home. But it's that kind of love for a player transcends. It's a different kind of love, for most men. It's one of the greatest ways that a man can get emotionally attached to other men, really, when it comes to this sport. Well, and it brings out the kindest hearts of even the staunchest man. And it's hard to articulate and put into words, because it's nowhere near the level of what his kids are feeling, and his wife is feeling, and his parents are feeling right now. Very hard.
And it's humanity, really. As humans, you try and be the best possibly version you can be. But as we said, Liverpool will always be here. You never walk alone, Diogo, as well. Look after yourself up there. And
if I was saying it to the lads, I'd say go and win it now for Diogo. Go and win it for Andre. Go and win it for his kids. Yeah. Invite him over and celebrate with him at the end of the season. Hold his flag high and just go and do it for him. Yeah. Everybody's going to be behind supporting him this season. Every single person.
And whatever happens this season and beyond, really, football is not really important at the end of the day. But it is football in a sense, really. It just goes to show a lot of that. Obviously, when news reporters on Sky and every news outlet are asking Liverpool fans, or just football fans in general, really, but most importantly Liverpool fans and everyone connected with Liverpool, is oh, you haven't met him, but it doesn't matter. It just goes to show, there was people going to work. All of us were deeply upset, really. I think the large majority of us were, and it was a case that even in that we haven't met him, we've seen, as you said, Kev, we watch him twice a week, every single week. Like they
feel like we know him.
Yeah, we feel like we know. It's not like football in the 70s and 80s.
Oh, Diogo, So it feels like our mate, like, So because we love him, we love all these guys so much. You see him going down the street. I mean, I had a scenario, weirdly enough, to kind of change the subject a small bit. It was about 20 years ago, and I was drinking in a pub in Dublin, and I was on my way to see the Red Hot Chili Peppers in a concert, and this girl walked by, and we made eye contact, and I just went, "Oh, how's it going?" And then she went, "Ah, how's it going?" And then she walked past, and then the buddy turned around to me and says, "You saluted her?" I said, "Yeah, I recognised her. I thought she was from Cork or something." "No, that's Andrea Core from the Cores." So you kind of you get this kind of familiarity with people around you that you can just associate them being in your life all the time. So that's what I'm saying, really.
Yeah, football is the church for a lot of people out there as well. It keeps our week ticking, certainly for a lot of us, and it's especially if we lose and if you drop points against the Ever or Man United, there's a lot of us that you can't talk to us for a couple of hours anyway, or a good week. But that's football. It does it to us. But you never walk alone, Diogo. Right, chat. We'll get through a couple of your comments as well. Baby, 1 second. But let us know. As I said, chat. I know it's been a week or so, but you'll always be on our thoughts. This is the first time I've actually spoke on the channel as well. So, yeah, first time I've actually spoken to you as well, chat, in regards to, big up there, Doug. Massive thank you, mate, for the massive support on the membership. Not just on the membership, mate, but just being an absolute legend as a mate. It's why a beauty of made up doing a YouTube channel. I had the privilege of meeting Kev, becoming best mates. You,
I'm right, it's a privilege.
Yeah, no. He loves himself, really. And you, Doug, and all that. But it's building a community. That's the most important thing. As well. Kev's in a different room. Yeah, he's sorting the gaff out there. But wait 1 second there, chat. What else to get? Everton.
Oh, no, it's just that my sign that's normally up behind me, that's a window. It's not a different room. That's actually that my logo you've seen for years behind me. That's just a canvas put down over the window just to block the window because nobody ever knew there was a window there. But I know we're moving house, guys. We're selling this house. We're moving to a house. It should be done in the next 3 weeks. So once that's there, I'm building a giant bar type round table, square table type studio. We'll get all the lads down and get them over for shows and stuff like that. And I have a new gaming room. So the gaming thing is coming back with a bang massively. Because I'm kicking the kids out of the house all day. That's what I'm doing. So yeah.
Chat, make sure you drop school days now. Yeah, drop a like on the video as well, chat, everyone. We haven't already done so. 30 of you's in. Drop a like. I think we've got 20 at the minute. Run those up as well. As I said, if you didn't tune in at the top of the show, let us know what time is the easiest. Morning streams or late evening streams as well. As I said, in terms of whatever's easiest for you, we'll go with that. Anyway, but in terms of chat, we're going to be speaking about obviously Isak, Ekitike, fantastic news, all the shows we've done over the years with me, Kev, or anyone that's been on the channel. We're spending 300 million in the space of a window, and then the whole of the Premier League is absolutely lost its mind. And it's beautiful. It's fantastic. But I think what they're kind of forgetting is, last season we only bought Chiesa and we walked the league. There's a little section on tonight's show as well. So apologise, but you can see from above sections where it's how amazing 8.5 million in fantasy football as well, chap. By the way, get him in your team. His price reveal has been announced, and I'll tell you that is going to be the best bit of money you will spend in the FPL as well, even though I'll come bottom anyway again. But going to Ekitike, big up there, and big up there, North. Good to see. I know, obviously, long time subscriber as well, all years. With rival clubs also being awesome, big 100% there, Mick, 100%, mate. But it's just humanity at its best, mate. I think the good positive sides of humanity. Some very horrible people out there and all that, and just in general. But I think, as I said, good will always triumph over evil, and you just got to speak up and look after each other as well. So it's just one of them, mate.
But you know what I found, Jack, with these kind of people that you see out there? I don't even engage with them. See them.
Attention seekers.
Block. No, yeah. See them, block them, move on with your day, and you'll never feel sad because they've never existed. And once you do it, it's brilliant. I've done a lot of that lately, man. Like I'll engage with articulated people and stuff like that, and people that kind of bring themselves across as genuine and know the game, but not really like trolls, you know. And but other people, I will insta block them. I'll get them out of the way, and I'm just saying, nah, they're not even on the same kind of playing field as me when it comes to talking about football or talking about anything else or whatever. And people with agendas, just get rid of them straight away. So I'd say to you, you'll see your stress levels come from here down to here. Maybe there. No, down here. Yeah, about there.
Anyway. Glasses. Oh, carry on.
Yeah, Jack is blind. Anyway, yeah, look, lads, I think we will, speaking about Fabian Wirtz, because Fabian, on the brain I have. Florian Wirtz, or Wirtz, or whatever he likes to pronounce it. What a baller we're after getting there. I know we've spent a pretty packet on it, but a lot of people are saying online, especially a lot of rival fans, about Liverpool spending all this money and they're doing this and doing that. Why aren't they going to get investigated like Chelsea or Manchester City? Because nobody's really stupid enough to say that, because we've been saving up our pennies for such a long time. We've been, in the last recent seasons, we've been paying off stadium loans. We've been paying back the owners for their money investment in the stadium loans. We've been garnering money from the Nike deal and doing that, garnering extra sponsorship deals. Now you got the new Adidas deal coming in, which is like 60% plus something like 22% extra of their sales. All of this stuff, and this is where the money is coming from. I had a Newcastle fan I've seen today, and he was saying, how come Liverpool have to spend all this wad and we've got a never-ending bank balance or whatever? And I said, what's your deal with Adidas? And he says 30 million a year. I said, well, Liverpool's is 60 million a year, and it's 22% on top for sales. So I'm thinking, already that's a massive, that can go to the range of 170 odd million a year, whereas you're only getting 30 million a year with no incentives. So I said, this is where the money changes over, and you can only spend what you bring into the club. And that's exactly what it is. I said, a lot of these teams, and especially I said the oil teams, are getting very, very upset lately because they're not allowed to spend the bag that they have there. And that's just tough.
They don't have the history. They don't have the history like Liverpool, even Man United. Yeah. Yes, they've been dog for about 10 years or whatever it's been now. But the revenue streams are there, Kev, aren't they? And that's like it's football heritage, as McIndoe says. It's like when City got taken over, or like that period as well when you had managers coming in. Like as McIndoe said, certain City managers inherited the Vincent Company, inherited Silver, the great already legends already there as well. So it's going to be one of them chats as well. And like, I love jerseys. I absolutely love them. Got a couple of mates as well that are all sound. The majority of their fan base are sound, lovely people as well. City's amazing. Brilliant. Like,
I just think a few of their heads have been turned because of this because of the money that they have in the bank, and it's like a cloud in their mind that they're not realizing. It's got nothing to do with how much money you have as an owner of a club. It's got to do with how much money you bring into the club and can reinvest that. That's just the way the rules are. It's got nothing to do, buying them out just saved them from going into administration or having more trouble with that other fella that they had. But there's a lot stricter laws now down on spending the money. Somebody was using the thing of Jack Walker being able to spend money back in the day and all that. And I said,
that was like ridiculous.
Yeah, that's in those days it wasn't even the same kind of inflation. It's just nuts. So it's madness really. So some of the comparisons out there are just reaching as far as reaching can go. So yeah.
Yeah, just not right, Hardy, in all honesty, chap. But exciting news. What a time to be an absolute red. And let the boiling of this season, because we are winning absolutely everything this season. Because they are rattled. Wait, we'll speak about him later, but get him in your fantasy football. Chat, firstly tonight we'll start off, obviously, in terms of the stories. We'll speak about Hugo Ekitike. Oh, why is that? Hang on 1 second, chat. You can tell you haven't live streamed on my channel for a while. There we go. Can I zoom up? I'll get there eventually, chat. Wait 1 second. Yeah. So, Kev, Hugo Ekitike looks like it's more or less a concluded deal. I've got the latest up-to-date tweet here. Happy with this signing, mate, in all honesty. I think he's going to be absolutely stellar, really, for Liverpool.
Yeah, once we were linked to him there a few months back, I started looking into him a bit more. And I seen some of his numbers, and like he he kind of took over straight away. He was alongside and doing the same kind of numbers as Marmouche, but Marmouche was kind of, that type of player that can hold on to that ball a bit extra longer, and he probably sacrificed probably extra goals in a way because he was still in the team. But the minute Marmouche left, he pretty much took over and was kind of the man within the squad. And he reminds me, I know there's elements of him that remind you of Henry and stuff, but he kind of reminds me of Nicolas Anelka back in the day, but with kind of a JJ Akacha type touches and movement.
I knew he was tall, but I didn't clock he was actually 6'3".
Like,
the way he moved, 6'3", 6'4", like, I don't know, it's ridiculous, and he's got a bit of a in terms of the way he dribbles, much better than Peter Crouch. But shout out Peter Crouch, what a player! But like, it's staggering. I still find it amazing when you see a big lad and he's got an absolute touch like Leo Messi. Like, like he can. It doesn't look right. Like his big frame. I think obviously he averages one of the top 5 of Europe as well. Him and Salah in terms of touches in the opposition penalty area within European football. He ranks in the top 5 over the last 12 months. So he creates chances, gets touches, and creates shots. Most importantly, inside the penalty box as well.
I'll be honest with you. I think he's more of instead of a replacement for Darwin, I think he's more going to be a replacement for Diaz. I think he's going to be more more to that left hand side. And I think if we are going to go for, like, let's say this Isak thing does take off because he's he's now really wanting to get out of Newcastle and he really wants to come to us. If that happens, he's going to be through the centre. It's probably you're going to see a rotation between Gakpo and Ekitike battling for up there. You could even see us going to 2 up front at some stages. There's a lot that's able to go on there, but it's a fantastic pickle to be in, Jack. That's what I would say.
Aye. And I'm saying how much are we dropping in Isak, mate? We'll get to him. There's been like a line or so this evening that is certainly obviously going to be making the headlines. Wait 1 second, whilst that will be making the headline news really as well. 1 second, is that coming up?
So they'll be more realistic now, eh?
Yeah, so in terms of how do we think, yes, we'll get to that one as well. Green light for putting bid in, big up there, Mick, as well. Yeah, Schwarzkopf, his green light to put a bid in. Yeah, they'll be, and tend is the case as well. Okay, we've done transfers. Everyone that does media, Liverpool as well. We all know that a lot of the deals are further down the line than they are filtered through to the press anyway. They're a good week or week and a half anyway. That it's the press and the media do tend to get it quite late in regards to where they are in terms of negotiations as well. But Gary saying Ekitike was his first choice, number 9 as well, though, Kev. He's going to be an interesting player, and I know a lot of Liverpool fans are concerned where, he's another project forward, do we need to bring him in and all that. But I think in terms of utilising the best qualities of a Wirtz, we'll speak about him later anyway in his section, but even still, like, as you alluded to, the position and the formation, there might be a potential tactical switch in regards to in possession shift to a back 3, Gravenberch dropping in between the likes of Canate and Van Dijk, full-backs pushed up, Salah, Ekitike, and then Florian Wirtz, or either Ekitike quite leading the line, big lad. Not just a case of pumping it up to him, but he can hold the ball and he can progress with the ball as well. But having Wirtz, having Salah just in those number 10 positions as well, Kev, that's going to be very exciting. And considering Wirtz's position for Leverkusen when he won the league for Xabi Alonso was predominantly in that left-sided attacking midfielder role behind the striker as well. So very, very exciting to say the least, isn't it?
Oh man, I'm looking forward to this. Like, what a season we've got in store ahead. And the thing is, because we're buying no multitudes of players, like that we knew that there was a squad overhaul going to happen. And we like, when you think of it this way, lads, 6 months ago or 4 months ago, we were all sitting kind of going, Jesus, Van Dijk hasn't signed his contract yet. Salah hasn't signed his contract yet. Trent hasn't come out and started talking about if he's staying or going or what. He's just not saying anything. And, we don't know what the scenario is here. People are saying, Luis Diaz might want to leave. He's been always touted by Barcelona. you know, uh, will FSG spend again? And as you know, the FSG owners were just having a field. They were saying, what's going to happen, what's going to happen. And it was just the busiest you've ever probably seen it. And
They'll
and
be
now
out.
you're,
They'll be out after we lose a couple of games.
yeah. But at the same time, you know, you look at it now, and not only are we building in positions, but we're nearly double buying in some scenarios if this all comes to fruition. You know, I mean, if Rodrigo comes in, he plays anywhere across the front three. You know, so he could even come in as a rotation with Salah. Especially Salah's going to AFCON this year. We're going to need somebody constant in there. And you know, if Salah has dropped off the ball, which he didn't last season, but if he does, you know, he does start feeling it as the years, you know, from this year onwards and going on, at least there's an immediate guy that can balance the books with him in there for this season and then start eventually taking over. And that's the right way to do things. We can't leave ourselves in the lurch anymore. You know, we've only given Salah a 2-season contract boost along with Van Dijk. So their replacements are going to be coming in fairly soon. It's just all to see what happens now with Ibu, really. If it was me, I would cash in on him now and then, you know, bring in a young talent up, or, you know, give Nalo more game time and then buy big in that kind of way. But look, if we get Rodrigo on that, and what's his name, the fan or any of these, we're going to get Ekitike anyway. But
I've said for ages, I'd love Hato, but it depends if we can. The Hato deal, personally, I do believe will hinge on if we can shift on either Robbo or Costas. Because there's no way, unless there's a tactical switch, as I said, 3 at the back possibly. Schlott went with, was it Preston? Played Robbo centre half. Ideally, in my honest opinion, I don't want to be seeing that. I don't know. Arne Schlott's a miracle worker already, as we know, but I wouldn't put it past it if he somehow made Robbo a centre half and one of the best ball playing centre halves known to man over the last couple of seasons. But I think the Hato deal will happen. Maybe not just this season, but possibly next season. I think it doesn't, especially if we know he's coming as well. Well, I don't know he's coming, but I think more or less the fact that he was invited by, I think it was Ryan Gravenberch. There's a Dutch contingent, Dutch manager. It's another Dutch assistant coming in, so he's one of the best Dutch players. I think it's a match made in heaven, really, in regards to him coming to Liverpool. But at the right time, I think, as well. Did you want to add to that as well, Kev? Any other players, possibly?
I don't know. The Gahey things have kind of calmed down a little bit, so I was kind of hoping.
I think we get him a free.
Yeah, I do as well. Yeah,
a free.
Oh, do you think so? I think he'll linger on. I don't know, man. I think there's a cheaper deal to be done this season because we're going to need him. Kwanzaa's gone now, so surely we didn't get rid of Kwanzaa and then maybe rely on Joey Gomez and then realise, okay, well, you know, Ibu does get injury prone quite a bit, and we can't rely on that. So at the moment, I'm worried about the defence more so than anything else. And I know we're going to get all of these guys up front, and we're kind of going for it. If we decide to go for Isak, we'll get him, I think. But if or Rodrigo or any of these guys. But the main thing I want to see is that cover in the defence. No, Endo does a good job when he drops in there. Gravenberch does a good job when he drops in there. So, you know, maybe that can be good cover for at least 6 months or so. I'd want to have to say that. But, I mean, if we're prioritising creating, you know, going back to kind of a season where we'll outscore everybody else, I'll be happy with that because it's exciting football. But at the same time, you don't want to be leaking bad goals, you know, or just getting too many injuries back there. So, yeah.
Yeah, Liverpool's strength over the last 10 years as well. It's always been about scoring goals. Even when Suarez was in the team, it was always a case of like Suarez single-handedly alongside, obviously not single-handedly, but more or less single-handedly, obviously helped by Sturridge, Sterling as well, and Gerrard, of course. But it's always defences. And I always say, I know it's a boring cliche, but it is. Defences, it's getting that right balance, but I do feel the best defence always wins you the title as well.
Yeah.
Because you can, like, as many, you know, that famous season where you literally can see like less than 20 odd goals in the Premier League or something. It's solid, especially when you got Van Dijk at the back. And yeah, Kwanzaa has left as well, Chas. Obviously, we haven't done a show, so he left, and fantastic bit of money. And Liverpool have got a buyback clause as well. So in 2 years' time, if Van Dijk does progress into another club or wherever he goes. Hopefully he retires at Liverpool, but you just got to be realistic. If he wants to go and get the Saudi bag, go and get it, lads. Especially if he wins 2 back-to-back league titles. But I think a player of his centre-back quality can progress his career a lot more longer. You think, how long did Carragher... obviously Carragher retired a bit more earlier anyway, but you look at Terry, you look at Thiago Silva, you look at Rio Ferdinand. I know obviously the game's developed, but the sports science behind it as well, though, Kev, it's developing year on year as well. So.
Yeah. I mean, look, the lads at the back don't have to do that much running if the guys that are inverted or left or side right of them are doing the running for them.
Kekes and Frimpong. So the pace.
Well, you have to think of it this way: like a really top quality defender that lasts and has a really long career normally is like a wing back is like 2 dog years to the 1 year, the one life or the one lifespan of if you want to talk like where a dog is 7 years to a human, a wing back is 2 years to to a centre back. So you go through 2 wing back sets while you still have the same centre back partnership. You know what I mean? In the space of that like 10-year period.
It depends what caliber of fullback you are. If you're a Tony Hibbert or if you're a Gary Neville or a Danny Alves, don't know.
Coleman's still going, doesn't he?
I suppose, he's had a very good career. Or Ashley Young, wow.
Yeah, still going, yeah.
So fair play.
There's a handful of them out there like that.
James Milner as well. My man's been on the Ribena since his Leeds days anyway, so fair enough. But yeah, Roger saying...
Imagine today that guy has his first drink.
Oh, he's done it. He'd be like a balloon. He'd be like all of us regulars anyway. With like beer belly as well, but it'll be a well-earned pint when he eventually has one anyway. But quickly going back to big up there chat as well, as Roger said, love to see this, Roger. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, mate. To apologise if not. Liverpool will bid for Isak in the morning. Hopefully, mate. Isaac's agent in the chat. Hopefully, mate. And we'll get to Isak in a little second as well when we speak about the agent's quote as well. But I think Newcastle have backed themselves into a hole, really, and then shit the kecks when Liverpool actually put 150 million on the table. And then it'd be like, oh.
I don't think it'll be that. I think Isak is after leaving him know that he's not happy with the situation and that he doesn't really want to go to Saudi, but he'd like to be able to do a deal with Newcastle. I mean, Newcastle are going to turn around and say, yeah, we'll get the 200 million off Saudi, but then Isak might say, I don't want to go. So, Newcastle then will just be forced to kind of take whatever kind of Liverpool offer him, really. I think that 112 million mark is fair enough. 80 down and then pay the rest over add-ons over a couple of years.
That's the thing, no, Kev, and chat. Yeah, and as we said at the top of the show, like the Newcastle fans, like football clubs are businesses at the end of the day. We all know that. But from a financial sense, you've had 10, 20 odd years with under Ashley. Like the wondering why he can't get signings over the line. And anyone's been away from social. I know a lot of you don't have social media chats, but they were heavily linked with Trafford all season, all window. And it looks like Ederson's going to Galatasaray and Trafford's going back to Manchester City as well for 35, 40 odd million. And I think that's a phenomenal deal, really. He's 22, 23 as well. So he will be, I feel he should be England's number one, even being honest. Sorry, Pickford, but Trafford's...
Wasn't he the young fella as well? There was a Bolton there for a while recently.
I think so. Fella? I think it is.
Yeah.
I think, but obviously he was at Burnley last season, kept a record amount of clean sheets, staggering. He's going to be, and he's very good with the ball. One of the best goalkeepers in Europe. Hence why City are going to be signing him as well. And obviously he did win I think it was the Euros back to back, was it? The under 19s, under 20s as well, whatever it was. Under 20s I think it was anyway. With the fella that just recently had an interim manager in England as well. So Robbo, bullied by Preston as well. Yeah, it's disappointing. But won't let us forget what a legend he has been. And this is why I think with Robbo, like all of us, I want him to go at the right time. I don't want Robbo to be hanging around an extra year or 2 years more than he personally feels he should do or whatnot. But as I said, when Robbo decides to leave, I think, wow, I think I'm only 30 as well. There was obviously great legendary figures that played fullbacks for Liverpool in the 70s and 80s. You all know the names as well. But I think he's been our generation's left back anyway in this Jürgen Klopp era, and he's a phenomenal left back. We've had some.
Well, I've had a couple of those generations. I've had a John Arisa, and I've had a Rabo. Whatever, I mean, you know. But I like Aurelio as well. You know, at the time for he came back twice, same as what's his name, Welsh guy. What's his name? Played for Newcastle. Welsh manager right now, isn't he?
Hughes.
No, what's his name?
Striker.
Bellamy.
Craig Bellamy. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
What, have I just said Hughes? I don't even know if there's a Hughes left back anyway. Not for us, but just,
I
thought you were just saying Hughes. Yeah, he's not even a centre half. Head's gone moment.
Yeah. No, yeah. So yeah, he's there's a few out there, and there's a lot of money to be made as well in sales, lads. I mean, with this talk about Harvey Elliott going to West Ham, you know, and all that, the money used to be made. Simicast, I'd like to see Robbo stay around and be a backup to Kirkes. Or, you know, from both to run off each other.
That's what North said there. I think, obviously, he's got a year left remaining. Andy Robbo. And obviously, judging from Costas' social media this week or so, he's he's on season 8 or whatever it is anyway. He's on now. And, that's the thing. Yeah. But I wouldn't surprise me if, especially Liverpool can't get Mark Gahey this season, Arne Slot didn't get bullied, or not bullied, but he didn't panic like when everyone, all of us were all going, oh, we need a 6. Arne was like, no, we don't, lads and ladies. I'm going to be playing Ryan Gravenberch number 6. I'm going to make him the best number 6 in the Premier League alongside Saicedo as well. So yeah, not too bad indeed. And I don't think I think he'll do similar as well. It might, all of us will be going, whoa, 3 left backs, but as is Arne, such an intelligent man, and him and his technical staff, they'll be thinking ahead, really.
He doesn't like big squads either, Jack.
No, he was playing there. I know it was a pre-season friendly, but how good is Dominic Szoboszlai? He was playing right back against Stoke, so not too bad.
But he was checking everybody in different positions, wasn't he? He was kind of he was throwing them around the place, because I think he didn't start. I actually didn't watch the Stoke. I want to try and get some highlights, but it's I think he had Frimpong and, did I say Frimpong and Bradley on at the same time or something, but not on opposite sides. So
yeah, baby, 1 second there, chat. That's one thing was meant to put on the graphics, but I do apologise. Carry on there, go on, I'll get the team.
Yeah. No, but the I didn't see the game today, but I wanted to see it, and the one thing I wanted to take away is the fact that Wirtz is after getting his first 45 minutes and nobody saw it. But, like, you know, we'll count it when we do the next watch along, that it's going to be.
There was the clips that are going around anyway. There was the clips going around.
Is it? Yeah. I'll watch them there now in a minute. Yeah. I'll watch it in a minute. I'll enjoy it there now in a minute.
There is clips on social media. Obviously, we're copyrighting that. We can't show it for obvious reasons. But maybe 1 second there, chat.
And just to get back to North Red's comment. Yeah, I agree with you, North. Like, as I said earlier, I'd like to see Robert stick around. I'd like to see him finish his career with Liverpool as a backup left back, and playing all the cups and stuff like that for us. I don't think there's no other better understudy in the world. And I think the lack of not playing every single game at a constant pace that he does won't burn him out as long. And I just think you'll see a fresher, sharper Robbo when he's on the pitch then. So, and that's not to kind of take anything away from him. It's just, you know, time does catch up with you. Cells break down in your body. It makes you slower, even if you're still at your fittest. You know, it's just, there's nothing you could do about it. But you can create some sort of longevity for yourself, and doing that means not giving it 120% every game, and then just picking and choosing your moments. And I think that's what Robbo is learning to do right now. And I think he can do that no problem by staying with Liverpool. You don't know what the future is. I wouldn't like to turn around to a scenario or tip wood on my head where Kirkes comes in, he does take over, next minute gets an injury that keeps him out for a while, and we're relying on Costas. You know, and I don't kind of want that scenario. I would rather keep Robbo around and keep him here for the next couple of seasons. His last year's next year or something. I would give him an extra 2-year extension like the lads, and then maybe you'd sell him for the last year of that extension.
The Atletico Madrid shipped sale has very much shipped. I think they signed the Atalanta fullback, the left fullback anyway. I don't think if I was a player and it was Robbo, just personally wouldn't go to Atletico Madrid. I know it's only Spain and all that and Champions League football, but
you just reminded me of that guy there. What's his name? That guy online. And if you watch those clips of the fella online that just does videos of himself, and he goes, "You can't look a dog gift in the horse mouth." And he just says like random things that are like phrases completely wrong. And Jack just reminded me of that there. So, it's a good. I think that sail has shipped.
Sorry there, chat. I was just trying to have a free conversation as well.
Yeah, he's so distracted.
Yeah, there we go. I was just shaking my shoulder like Xavi. Yeah, there we go. All Busquets. Right, as you can see from the starting 11
is your sail shipped?
My mind's in Birkenhead, mate, if I'm being honest. You know me, chat, you're regular, so welcome. It's very all over the place. Bit like certain Arsenal Football Club as well. And I got new cats as well, chat. I'm sure they'll appear randomly on the desk.
Oh, what did you give? What names did you give me in the end?
Oh, don't ask about the names, chat. You don't want to know the names. Yeah. I didn't name them anyway, but yeah. So
I would just call them Dog and Moose.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So it did the starting 11s as well anyway for Liverpool yesterday for the behind the closed doors. We had Jojo Mavrashvili, Joe Gomez, Virgil van Dijk, Dominic Szoboszlai, Darwin Núñez, Salah, Curtis Jones, Andy Robbo, Florian Wirtz, Rio Nguema, and Trey Neone as well. And, well, if you want to believe the reports anyway, this over the last couple of weeks, apparently, Rio is being absolutely terrorising our team. And apparently, allegedly, they're not releasing the clips of him absolutely like nutmegging everyone and all that because like they want to keep it a secret, which is understandable. If you're that good, you don't want to be showing your cards too early in the Premier League because if you got that like ability, and I think we've all seen him last season as well. I think you just need to sign a new 5-6 year deal, give him one as soon as he's get that professional contract on him and then keep him at the club and then and play him. But yeah, he could be the
it reminds me of a better version of Sterling, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And he's he's better to control it. Yeah. Sterling was great and everything, and he had trouble turning in tight spots at times, unless he kind of turned around and faced away from a player. But this guy's able to take people on and meg them and turn and flick and do whatever, and doesn't run like he's a waddling duck at the same time. So,
I can't talk. So chat, there we go. Let us know if you've seen the goals anyway, chat. Darwizzy got a hat trick as well. Whatever happens this summer, as I said, won't be the end of the world if Darwin does stay an extra year. He's contracted till a long time anyway. So, and especially if we do bring in an Ekitike, and if we are to lose, Luis Diaz, but I think in terms of if we can get money in that we want, but as we said as we've seen over the last couple of seasons, Liverpool aren't going to be rushed into decisions. If we can't get the evaluation for what we want, there will be a team out there that will eventually bow down to our wishes in regards to the transfer fee that we want. But if not, in a year or so, we might just slightly have to lower that. But there's still a good player in there, and especially Kev, you never know, as we said with Ekitike as well, chat. It might bring the best out of him as well in regards to his ability. And sorry there, chat. I was meant to have showed you this before, but 1 second.
The biggest thing I've noticed from this, as we're talking about Ekitike right now, is the fact that I was having this conversation with this one dude on Twitter or X or whatever you call it in one place, and he was a Chelsea fan, and he had this mindset of saying Liverpool spending 95 million or whatever and thing is just it's just ruining it's ruining the market transfer windows, doing this and that. And I turned around and I said, hang on a minute, it was 69 million, and then he was going on about, he doesn't have any international football played, he doesn't have anything like that played. And I turned around and then I said to him, wait 1 second, you're talking about like a breakout star kind of price, I said yeah grand. But then I had to turn around and tell him, he bought Cole Palmer, who was a youth at City, and spent nearly 50 million on the guy. without ever kicking a football for England, without ever making a proper start for Manchester City. And you're talking about a fellow who's had a really good season for Frankfurt, and has actually bursted onto the scene, because Cole Palmer didn't really burst onto the scene until he was at Chelsea, but he was playing a full season and doing his thing. So what did you do? You invested in future talent, and that's what it's about. This is why these teams have scouts. This is why they have people that do all the data, is because they can see what the future is going to bring. So if you're sitting here and telling me that Ekitike can't be spent 69 million on because they can see a potential future, and we've got some of the best data experts at our club, then you have to say the same thing about Cole Palmer and say that they were wrong to do that. It's just some of the mindsets out there just don't pay any attention to it, because just leave it to the experts and they'll do it. But it's I think it's a good price for a guy that's had a good season playing alongside. He's very much a team player as well, so he likes to set up a lot of his teammates. So I think this guy's going to set up so many goals for Wirtz behind him, but Salah will just come and clean up from the right hand side as well. I think it's a match made in heaven, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Hendrix Gin, if you're watching, you're getting free advertising here, so unlucky lads. So there you go. As you can see, that's on Sky's website. Hugo Ekitike, as we said, over the last 12 hours. Obviously, probably when we wake up, I think let's hope, obviously, we might see him appearing on certain flights or whatever. So as you can see there, Liverpool could pay up to 78 million, with the 69 million up front for Hugo Ekitike. That's obviously 69 million pounds as well, chat. 78 million pounds. Ekitike's as talks continue over the add-ons for the deal. Liverpool's move for Ekitike after being told Newcastle forward Isak was not for sale. Liverpool would be Ekitike's preferred destination as well, chat. And as we said, Sky is saying here, just more or less adding on what he said in the early morning anyway. So in terms of the deal could rise to 78 million. And even still, Kev, and this is what it is, chat. Like, we're not Arsenal that put in funny clauses and unrealistic clauses of winning a Champions League. I don't think Arsenal fans actually know what a Champions League is, do you?
Yeah, I think that's weird. I mean, our realistic clauses is probably 5 million for getting the Champions League, and then it's probably another 5 million. You'll always have one semi-unrealistic clause, and then one that's very doable. So it could be like maybe 3.5 or 5 million for winning the Champions League, maybe 3 million for that, and then maybe an extra 2 or 3 million on top if he gets like a Ballon d'Or or something like that, or there's maybe a secret clause, that kind of stuff, But these things will only last for the first 2 seasons of his contract as well, normally. So, these kind of, once it passes into the 3rd season or whatever way they've wrote it, if it's 6 seasons, it could be 3 seasons. But once he's past that date, then, no matter what he wins, nothing extra will go to that club unless they've wrote it in for the whole entire contract. So, I don't know.
Will be interesting, mate, as Anne said there, in terms of the... wait 1 second there, chat. Is it that one? There we go. As you can see there, chat. Let's just move Ant's comments. We'll see the starting 11. Well, not starting 11. The players that have moved.
Now, what are you doing, Ant?
There we go. Get out of the way, lad. I should see. You can see the players that have gone in, and everyone on media today was going, where's so and so? Where's so and so? Chiesa, apparently, if you want to believe the reports, he is injured, Kev, which I'll be disappointed. Very disappointed as well in regards to. Would have liked to have seen him gone on the tour as well.
Yeah. I like this. We took a risk on Chiesa because of the fact that we got him for pennies. As I've said this multiple times when I'm with you on the channel, I've said that on my own channel. Chiesa was 130 million good player 3 seasons ago. So the fact, like, his injury must have been so severe to the fact that it kind of brought down his valuation to where it was, and he's still not recovered from it. I think maybe he needs to go and have another operation on the knee, and maybe fuse some extra tendons on there or some bone in there to protect the injury placement more, so that, or even sever it completely. But it might lessen his full career to like maybe early 30s rather than late 30s. But at least he'll have a good 6 or 7 years of a good career left if he was to go and do something like that. So yeah.
Sorry there, chat, Mr. Sky Blue. That cat looks like a spitting image of my cat. Is that my cat? I don't even know.
Dog? Is that dog or mouse?
That's a cat. I don't know. That is literally that actually might be my cat. Fella must be an FBI agent or something. But it legitimately looks like my cat. But
was that a magnifying? You just said FBI agent. Was that a magnifying glass behind him? Up in the top right hand corner.
What?
Is it a magnifying glass? Detective. That was a FBI agent. A magnifying glass.
I don't know. Yeah,
What is that?
That's scary. It actually looks like my cat. But it's one of them. Yeah. Same colour as well. There we go. So there we go, chat. That was the team that flew out. Obviously, no Chiesa, and of course, no Luis. Well, Luis Diaz is in there. And who was the other player that didn't travel as well? Obviously, no Stefan Bacesic as well. Chas, who's the other player that everyone was flapping about? So obviously Chiesa, and there was a new one. Yeah, I think it was just Chiesa not being there, but I swear there was another player that everyone was losing their minds over. So, chat, I can see there, Alisson, Gomez.
Is it Elliot? Oh.
Yeah, Elliot's there. Elliot's there. Alisson, Gomez, Endo, Van Dijk, Canate, Diaz, Szoboszlai, Nunes, McAllister, Salah, Jones, Gakpo, Elliott, Tsimikas, Robbo, Gravenberch, Doak, Woodman, Mavrashvili, Kirkes, Wirtz, Frimpong, Pesci, Engamua, Mishkur, Morton, Bradley, Stevenson, and Neoni as well. There's a name that I'm missing there. We can't really forget. There's another player that we're missing anyway, but chat, it's going to be one of them. So we'll finally move on to the final news story as well. And obviously it's the main one, really, that everyone was speaking about this afternoon. Obviously, it's coming from, it's all over the internet anyway, but obviously Parted Beards does allude to him, obviously speaking about the quotes really from Isak's agent. He was
Marcus said it is Dan's.
Oh, is it
Jaden Dan's?
Jaden Dan's as well. Nice one there.
Yeah.
So yeah, and this is obviously in regards to the Isak tweets stories. Isak's agent was asked, speaking about obviously Isak and in general, this is coming out from the Saudi, so when the Newcastle fans might have not seen the news tonight, they'll be waking up to the news of Isak's agent speaking about this. Isak's agent was spoken on Isak's situation currently. We are indeed studying and analysing all options, and we may be close to finalising the next step for the player in regards to Isak. And then obviously Beard does allude to the part about transfer or stay is not part of the agent's quotes, but the reporter explains that the agent didn't give details about them as well. So you might see a couple of blag comments, not obviously on this tweet, but in terms of circulating on social media, just be careful because some of them aren't real as well.
Who was he speaking to?
Saudi news outlet, I think it was.
Saudi
anyway,
news, okay.
His agent, so or a reporter, and the Saudi Pro League's reporters picked up one as well. So,
and who's that fella in the comment section with the weird looking face?
What you think about those comments there, Kev? What are you chatting about?
He didn't even say. He said, "Who's the fella in the comments with the weird looking face there on below?" Is it repost your reply? Who's that fella?
What are you talking about?
The joke went over your head. It's your face, Jack.
What?
I said, "Who's the weird looking fella in the comments below it?" And it was your face, but you didn't get the joke, so it's all right. We'll move on. Let's go over it.
It's gone over my head.
I should be on stage sweeping it. Anyway.
So comments on obviously Isak's agent there, do you take anything from that? Any positivity? Any hope? Really? Or do you think?
I'm saying, look, if you have to go kind of by Eddie Howe's demeanour, really. If he's the one that's saying that he's left Isak behind because the player's not happy or whatever like that, can they have a turning point and bring him back around? But I mean, you're at a point where Newcastle they're not. I read something about him breaking a record of having 25 rejections for the first time in a window, which is the most ever or something. That's nuts. And if he's seen all this happening around him, it's kind of like you're thinking of the same comments that Van Dijk was making kind of recently, that, you know, he'd like to stay around and do all of that, but he'd like to see more, you know, more ambition and buying in the market. Yeah. And these things are always spun as well. You know, sometimes these players can be told by the ownership to say stuff like this, so that kind of forces up the anticipation for a transfer. Yeah, look, I don't know what Eddie Howe is thinking in that if he's leaving him out, it's just a telltale sign that he wants to go, you know?
I find that mad though, Kevin. Chat, let us know. Like, if there's any Newcastle fans, please do let us know as well. And just quickly touching on, obviously, Mr. Blues there. Do report, obviously, thoughts. Obviously, it's pets are all our family members as well, mate.
Yeah.
Sorry to, just very looks like a spitting image of my new kittens that I've got, mate, as well. Hopefully, I'll show them on stream one time when they're about anyway. But sorry to hear that, mate. And,
it's and animals are your friends and they are your family. And that little girl that you took those kittens off of as well, Jack, she must be very upset, I'd say.
Yeah.
Jack thinks I'm about to say something really serious until there's a bit of a punchline, and then the face just changes, you know. It's just funny. Anyway, no, the kittens are gorgeous, Jack. They are gorgeous. Good old dog and mouse.
Might announce it on Twitter what the kill, but you'll be getting I'll be getting pelted. But in terms of Newcastle as well, Chaz, any Geordies, as you were saying with Eddie Howe, like as he said, his demeanour very strange, and I think a lot of the report, obviously the lad that works for TalkSport, the reporter, the journalist, whatever, he's quite close. Do apologise, completely forgot to come out, got on my mind. Anyway.
Yeah, I understand. I can see his face in front of me as well. I forgot what he's doing.
Apparently, allegedly, he looks like he's quite close mates with Richard Hughes as well. And he's got quite a fair couple of the Liverpool deals announced before even some of the top well-respected journalists out there as well. So it's going to be interesting, chat. Like his demeanour, Eddie Howe, if you're a Newcastle fan and you're waking up to these quotes from his agent, Isak, you won't be best too pleased. We are indeed studying and analysing all options, and we may be close to finalising the next step for the player. That next step for the player might just be he signs a new deal at Newcastle United, and even if that is the case, he's winning, Isak, and it's what does my head in, chat. And Kev, a player of his quality deserves to be on 200 grand a week, lads.
Which quality? Which
Isak,
player?
Isaac.
Oh yeah.
So they are refusing to sell him. Give him a new deal and give him the money he deserves as well. Because if they're valuing him at 150 odd million, 130, whatever they are, then pay him the equivalent of those wages. Then, like, it's simple.
Yeah, well, I mean, if he comes to Liverpool, he'll be on 250k a week minimum, and then that'll rise after 2 years, and he'll be probably on the same money. If he scored the goals, he'll be on the same money as the rest of them. So, or you might see it 220 maybe. You know, Liverpool do have a policy about not paying people so much, you know, so fast. I mean, even I think Wirtz is coming on low money as well, hasn't he?
Where?
As far as he's only on like 100 and something thousand, but only 100 and something thousand a week. But I mean, you know, starting off, but yeah, it's nuts.
I think he was on like 5-6 year deal. I think in comparison, I think we've seen. I know everyone. Oh yeah, McAllister. That's who I was thinking about. Trying to apologise. Macca will be meeting up with the squad when in a couple of weeks, in a couple of days. Sorry, when they fly over to Asia as well. Allison as well, for that matter. But as you said, there, it's.
But even look, we did offer Darwin Núñez and 80 million to Newcastle for Isak, and then they said, no, there's no chance for doing that. Like you'll have to take back Darwin, or there's no deal. So yeah, that's you tell sometimes Jack is not. Jack does. You can tell Jack is just nodding away and he's not hearing the joke. I said, hang on a second, we'll do this properly now, Jack. Here we go, right? Liverpool handed or said to Newcastle, here's 80 million pounds and Darwin Núñez, and then Newcastle said, no thanks, we'll only take the 80 million.
That's awful. That's an awful joke.
I know, I'm joking. It's a joke. I love Darwin. He's one of my favourite people in the squad. I don't care if he doesn't bang in enough goals. I love his attitude. I love his work rate. I think he's he's never thrown a strap, you know, as long as he's been there. And
Nicholas Jackson will probably end up at Newcastle at the end of this transfer window.
Yeah.
Like, they are, like, what is it? They've gone after about 5 attackers and they've absolutely bottled them all. We spoke about, obviously, Trafford, the way, obviously, he's going to City now as well. Newcastle as a city, as a club, the fans massive as well, but not on a massive level to Liverpool. But that's the difficulty, especially when Liverpool weren't getting consistent Champions League football. It was only until we brought in a manager, and no respect to Eddie Howe, he's a good manager. Won't go as like elite level or whatnot. He's still a long way to getting to that level. But part of our Klopp was the allure of him as a manager. Every young player as well, though, Kev. Everyone wanted to play for him because of how exciting he was, how exciting his teams were as well. The way he just and that exuberated, it transcended every avenue, every corridor within Anfield as well. Yeah. So it's going to be one of them. So. Yeah. Well, what do you say, Darwin Núñez?
I'm looking at him. I was looking up stuff on Twitter while we're sitting here talking just to make sure that I'm not missing anything as we're going along. So, any updates or anything like that?
There we go. So, chat, as I said, how long have we been on? We've been on for an hour. I think we will go through all the last comments as well. Yeah. We'll conclude here. But, chat, as I said, if you just tune in or if you are watching on the repeat, we'll try and do these shows, probably aim for about 11:15 most nights. Try and be as consistent as possibly can as well. But Reds, massive thank you for everyone that has tuned in. Obviously, the link to Kev's channel and everything will be in the description. So please do head over, subscribe as well. If you haven't already done so, do drop a like on the video. Massively helps out with the YouTube algorithm and all that as well. But if you're out watching or whatever, you want to get involved with throughout the shows, throughout the season, if you've got a YouTube channel or whatever, do reach out to us on social media as well. Try and get involved. Mateta. Oh, Mateta. Yeah, Mateta as well. All good.
I know it's not spelled right.
don't worry.
No, wait, no, yeah. Joke.
No, like anyone.
He was asking me. Well, he was saying it.
A regular of me, anyone that's watched my videos, I've got major dyslexia. You've probably noticed anyway, but that's why I find it a lot more better to articulate in regards to speaking than actually writing down and spelling and all that thing as well. So,
and I just have a fat mouth.
And a fat forehead. I don't know.
That's just a massive forehead.
I can't speak.
All the better to not you with you.
My forehead is as wide as the Mersey Tunnel. Anyway, so I don't know. You can get about 2 cars down there. But chat, let's get to a couple of the last comments as well. Give Isak and Núñez 17. Yeah. So there we go.
Oh, look, he's got the same. Yeah.
Anime. Yeah, I'm not a fan of anime, but shout out. It's massive. Massive as well. Either should demand at least 300 grand. Yeah, he should. Sky, he certainly should, mate. In all honesty, go for it. As well, he loves Núñez. My Núñez is back up. Yeah, good backup. Well,
I love Mac's comment there.
Oh yeah.
The bottom one up tip. Thanks very much. But I barely watched it there, and I don't watch GAA, to be honest with you. I don't get into it. No, Cork lost today after being up 6 points at halftime, and in the All Ireland. Oh, the All Ireland final is the biggest event in Ireland for the sport. Like, that was on today. So
that does
play very, very well.
That's where they just absolutely whack each other, then. It looks very fun to
watch. It's the fastest game in the world. It's so good, but I'm surprised that the countries haven't picked it up, really, to be honest with you. It's so good.
Is that the one with the free...
I just don't have time for it.
Is that the free goalie points?
No, that's the Australian rules
Australian
thing.
one?
No, this is it just looks like a rugby post, but, with a bar and a net. So think of a goal post with longer posts above it. And it's only a single point for getting it between the top posts, and it's a goal. The goal counts as 3 points. So at the end of the day, you just count up all the points and compare them, even if it says 117 to 220 or something like that.
Is it Gaelic football?
Gaelic football is with the actual football, the hands. So there's 2 sports. One is using a hurl, which is hurling, and a schlitter. No, it's not a hockey stick. It's a hurl. It's not a hockey stick. It's a hurl.
Sorry to all the Irish that might have offended.
It's a hurl, and it's made of proper wood, and it's got a brace at the end of it, and it's and you get a sliotar, but that sliotar is the hardest thing you're ever going to get hit with in your life. It's literally a rock wrapped in leather, and in saying that it's full of sand, and then Gaelic football is just kind of a lighter football, but there's more of a how would you say it to it? It's like it almost feels like a football that's slightly deflated, but it's still massively, it's still completely full, but it's just for grip and all of that, and it's played the exact same way, except for there's just certain rule changes because of the different, the hurl being used and the hands being used and all of that, like so. Because you can't just run with the ball in Gaelic football; you have to solo it,
Yeah,
So,
I'm listening, Kev. I am. I haven't got a Scooby Doo how it's
have to
even
watch it.
played. How many substitutions do you get?
Is it 5?
5.
Because it's 15 players, you see.
Oh, that
no,
sounds
15.
absolutely. That
Well,
sounds.
I'm forgetting myself. Yeah.
That sounds absolutely utter carnage.
But it's a way bigger pitch than a football pitch, you see. So it's it's even bigger than a rugby pitch. So, and it's only 35 minutes a half. So and it's nuts. So yeah.
Yeah.
You will never explain it to who don't know Kev, so man. Cheers.
Here's me shouting hockey sticks as well.
Yeah, and if it kind of goes out, you don't get corners or like that. And it goes to 45s and 65s, depending on what happens. And it's hard. These kind of situations are hard to explain, but yeah.
Yeah.
And there's also a black card and a red card and a yellow card.
Simbins. Well, Chas, we might do a watch along maybe one day for one of them.
Yeah,
if
really good. Today would have been the ideal day to do it. But no, I don't watch any. I do watch the Ireland and stuff like that. I just don't watch the county stuff that happens. The league stuff that happens. I don't have time, to be honest with you.
Yeah, here we go. So any Irish fans that did watch that, hope you enjoyed it. But yeah, Kev's fuming about Cork as well. But on that, so guys, I'd love to see you. Be right. Guys, love to see you back live. It's been a while. Yeah, nice one there.
Cheers, bud.
Hello. I know a lot of you do change your usernames anyway, but big up there, buds. As well. To be honest, after you guys watch Ekitike, no.
Only watching competitions late at night. If I'm catching up with a little bit of football, I'll just watch the whole team, but I wouldn't watch somebody specifically,
Yeah. The only games I tend to watch are obviously European games. I tend to watch a lot of the Serie A, a lot of the Bundesliga, obviously because it's on English telly anyway. But yeah, I love, probably my second favourite league is the Italian league. I just love ridiculous league, mainly because it's on TNT and it's on most nights as well. So I really like that. And anyone's not, obviously a lot of the Serie A managers, there's about 7-8 top managers in that league now. Gasparini's gone to, I think it was AC Milan. There's been a massive, and obviously Italiano, I think he left Fiorentina as well. Yeah, there's plenty of great managers coming in. And Kevin De Bruyne, it's going to be amazing seeing Kevin De Bruyne and Luka Modric in Serie A. It's going to be a flashback to like the early 2000s of watching like Sakaka. Like,
I wonder if Scott McTominay is going to get on at the same time as playing with Kevin De Bruyne and that.
It would do amazing. Like the fact that McTominay's impact already on Serie A football, like he did get the skill, obviously the leading
I'm actually even though he's a United player, I'm actually delighted for Scott McTominay because of how badly he was treated at United and how much he was kept on the bench by nearly every manager that was there because he just didn't see how to unlock him. And then he went to Napoli and he was unlocked straight away. Or he could have just needed a shitter league. One of the other.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, as Anne said there, it sounds like a made-up game as well. If we can't get Isaac, I'd rather keep Darwin as a backup or Hugo. But yeah, there we go as well, Chas. Yeah. I'm not.
Do you know what's even mad, Jack? There's an actual game that mixes Aussie rules with Gaelic, with GA, and they come together. Was it once every couple of years? Or they used to. I don't know if they still do it anymore. You used to come together and they play it with like similar posts to the Aussie rules, but with the goal in the middle. And they've mixed the two sports together, and it's amazing. It's an amazing event, and they kind of go every 2 years. They would go to Australia, they come here, whatever, back and forth. But it's great. Yeah, you should watch that.
Yeah. Whoever that is on that channel, I'm not going to mention that comment anyway, but he just.
What's that?
As I said. Like, I've done a show with Craig on obviously Anfield Index this season as well. From when I've interacted interacted with him. He's been sound to me, and
Yeah.
as I said, you're not gonna like everyone in terms of whatever content you do consume. Everyone's got different tastes as well. But Greg's been.
But but I get what I mean. There's a lot of I've seen a couple of channels pop up, and they're brand new, and they're only answering people that have super chats, and I think that's the wrong way to go. I like me and Jack like engaging with everybody, and it's great if we do get super chats, and they'll 100% get called out. But can't limit it to that. I think
I suppose
when you do get as big a channel, it's hard to keep track of everybody's comments. So maybe there's a way to kind of keep regular. They should do a thing where it's like a regular super chat, somebody who's gotten the right to be seen before anybody else, and then you could probably that person could be seen as like a mini super chat or something without spending money. That'd be great.
Yeah, well, it's just like when you've got thousands in your chat, it's very difficult to read your comments, and as you said, miss. But as I said, chat, we're one big family, Reds, at the end of the day. As I said, even the stuff we mentioned tonight, a lot of people might disagree, but that sounds. I built a community on Anfield Road TV. Like, you want to drive debate, you want to create debate and be respectful. As I said, me and Kev, over the age of 30 as well now, so like we're not gonna throw our toys out of the pram and throw a tantrum from our point of view, and if we don't agree, or if you don't agree as well, chat. So
was your last birthday the last time hitting you on the 30 mark?
Yeah, sadly, closest to me bus pass anyway, so it's all good. There we go. Yeah,
I didn't see that. I seen the birthday, but I didn't see it was the actual trio birthday. That was the thing. Okay.
Can you not tell I'm going grey? Oh, my hairline's going further and further and further and further and back. But there we go, chat. But there we go, chat. Absolute legends. Look after yourself, Reds. Have a lovely rest of your evening. We will be back tomorrow evening at 11:15 as well, chat. Kev, once he's set up with his studio as well, you can watch if you watch it out and about. Kev does watch alongs as well, and what's your TikTok as well, Kev? Shout that out.
Spider LFC. You just look for that and you'll find me pretty much there.
There we go. So, chat, everyone, massive thank you. Great support as well. I know we haven't done a show in a while as well, but been working hard as well. So, Reds, look after yourself. And as I said, if you haven't already, head over, checked out Anfield Index as well. Amazing content on the daily as well. So check out Anfield Index as well on YouTube and across all audio podcasts as well. And Kev, thank you, mate, and everyone watching. Just a chilled, relaxed, fantastic. The Reds are getting deals over the line, but that's what we have done over the years as well. Just chilled, relaxed. Hope you have enjoyed it tonight, or if you are watching this video in the morning, look, and if you're watching up till this point, an absolute bloody legends. Have a lovely rest of your start of your weekend as well, Reds. But let's hope by the time tomorrow evening we have a bit more to very much talk about on the contract front and everything and all that. But Kev, nice one, for your time. And chat, most importantly, thank you for tuning in. Look after yourself, and go and smash Monday, whatever you're doing.